Welcome to your class. You're on your mat. Okay, for this class, you need your yoga mat. You might want blocks for the first pose and definitely for the second pose. So I recommend using the wide part of your mat just for kind of spatial awareness. Now, the thing I want you to pay attention to is I want you to think about the rubber band effect. So for example, if I were to move my leg, my arm is going to follow. So they're kind of stuck together and they're equal space apart. So they're not touching each other, but they're equal space apart when you lift. You're gonna activate your side glutes a lot, so it's actually everything. So quick little heat burn. It's not too long, so you can do it. And I really want you to feel your side glutes working. Try not to lean. So I'm gonna show you, you can use blocks, but if you use blocks, I recommend the lowest level because you wanna be able to push, and if you have them a little bit higher, it might not be as stable. I'm not gonna use blocks for the first pose, but if you feel like you need them for your Uttanasana, forward fold variation, definitely use them. Okay, so I want you to just go for it and use your breath. So come into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. And I'm gonna just make sure that I'm on my mat. So try and keep looking at your toes. So try not to lift your head into extension. Keep your head down, looking at your toes. You're gonna push with the opposite. So we'll start with the left leg. So push down with the right palm and leg and foot, and take your left leg and arm out to the side and lower. And again, try and keep the arm and the leg straight and lower. And now for the right, push down with the left and lower. And lift and lower. Again to the left, lift and lower. Try to keep slow and controlled. And again on the left, lift and lower. And right, lift and lower. Again, right, lift and lower. One more each. Lift and lower. One more left, lift and lower. And the right, lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Come down onto your knees. We're going to kind of do like a 2-for-1. So get into those toes because we want the toes and the ankles for when we're doing Vrksasana or any other standing balancing pose, because the feet are our foundation. So just bend the elbows toward the wrist. First, just circle the wrists out. And if you're feeling extra tight in the wrist, you can definitely do the wrist before. We should have done that before. And reverse the circle. Okay, now shake them out and let them flop a lot. Really fast, really getting into the wrist joint. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, and now bring your fingertips down and just release your toes. I didn't forget about your toes and your feet, and just shake them out. Okay, now you're gonna grab your blocks. We're using the blocks because this is a very hard pose, Lolasana. So I want you to try with the blocks. We're gonna start on the low level, then we'll experience the high level. It's actually performed without blocks. I am not there yet. So this is a great way to train yourself. So you feel the activation, and there are so many ways to practice this, which we'll be doing later on. So the first thing you want to do is you want the blocks, on either side, and you want them pretty close to your hips because you want the blocks underneath your shoulder. You want your fingers right in the middle. So you don't want to be like this. It's not necessarily a bad thing. However, when you're like this, you're not really using your fingers as support, and you're putting so much weight in the wrist joint. So I don't feel it's a very productive way to be in the position. And this way you can fully ground down with support like you would with your feet when you're standing. So walk your feet out into this little squat. And make sure, so you don't want to be like this, you really want to push lift, and you're just gonna start by hovering the feet. And really push, push, push. And release, bring the knees down, shake out the wrists. And by the way, this is also a very good stretch for the wrist. Back of the palms together, elbows toward the mat, and breathe into that wrist stretch. This is a really good one that you'll probably end up using often. Okay, now we're gonna do that again. And I want you to think really strong exhale energy. So the whole body is working together, including your quads and hip flexors besides your core. Okay, ready? Keep the position. Inhale and exhale. Hover the feet. Try and squeeze the knees together. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And release. And lower down. And shake out the wrist, and just stand up some of it so you can really stretch, kind of in like a camel position, stretch the hip flexors, quad, you can even tap them. Okay, so we're gonna go deeper, and you're gonna straighten out the leg. The key is to squeeze the legs together, ankles together, strong plantar flexion. Okay, so come into this little tuck, squeeze, lift, and stretch out. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay. And then come into your camel, lean back, stretch out the hip flexors, the quads, and make sure there's no break in the hips so that you can really just stretch through here. Curl the toes, back of the palms together. Take care of the wrist, and as you see, we're taking lots of break because of the intensity of the pose, but also because we're on our wrist, and I really want you to take care of the wrist. So shake them out. We'll do one more try. Come into position. Actually, I lied. We'll try one more after this with the blocks higher, because I know this is a lot of energy. Okay, so come into your little squat position. Spread the fingers, straight arms. Inhale, exhale, lift, and straighten the legs. Push, push, push. Whew. Whew. And stretch out the legs. We'll do another stretch for the wrist. Back of the palms down. Okay, I've said this before, really important. If you have long arms like I do, the palm is at the hip joint. If you have shorter arms, you want to bring more forward to the thigh. Otherwise, you won't get the stretch. And this is a good stretch as well. So lean back, lean forward to release, shift back to stretch. Make sure you're spreading the fingers, shift forward to release, and shake it out. Okay, I said one more, and we're gonna just do one more. So now, you're gonna take the blocks higher, and bring them in a little bit because they are narrower. Now, I wouldn't recommend, just for safety, I wouldn't recommend that on this level because it's a lot more wobbly, and if you fell, which would be very possible to do, you could really hurt your shoulder, your wrist, or both. So I wouldn't even attempt that. This is still a decent amount of support. And it's good to try it on this level because it actually can feel easier in a way. Okay, come into the squat, push down, inhale, exhale, and straighten the legs. Push, hold, hold, hold. Whew. I don't know about you, but my quads are burning. Come into that camel position and actually walk your feet back and bring your palms, actually turn your fingers toward your glutes and lift your chest and just push your hips out so you're really getting into the hip flexor and the quads. And then we'll take care of the wrists. Okay, use your core to come up and come to sit. You can move the blocks forward. Come into Dandasana and place the back of the palm down. Spread the fingers. Lean back to get that stretch. Shift forward to release. Lean back. Shift forward to release. One more. Lean back. Shift forward to release. And shake it out. Okay, so I recommend practicing this a decent amount, and when I say decent amount, you know, as much as you want to work your core and your hip flexors. It's a great test. And with the blocks higher, Did you feel that, was there that change where it's like, oh, this might be a little bit more accessible than you expected? So the blocks are a great tool. I love tools that are always there to help you. Make sure you take care of your wrist and practice this and have fun practicing hard poses because you can do them. All you have to do is try. Don't worry about the end result, just try. You've got this, have fun, and I'll see you soon.